Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, rage across New York. And again, we start the scene in Sept of the Green. The sky is still blue, the sun is still out, it's still a pretty fucking day. Yeah, Robin has left the training area because, yeah, like she's kind of done. Her knuckles are still kind of like a mess, but other than that, she goes on her way to the lake when she sees somewhere on Sept a thing that kind of makes her stop and stare for a few moments because wow, that's one of the happiest boards she's ever seen in her life with the Hello Kitty adornments on it and everything. She is going to walk up to said board and is basically gonna study it, and finally realizing what it is actually gonna read the information on it. Bam.
Garm is suspiciously looking at that board because it's all pink. It's weird.
Yeah,
And also all those damn stars and stickers.
it's too happy. Robin for once agrees with Garm when she sees him and she sees that look on his face. She just kind of nods. She says, "Yeah, yep, I agree."
I'm more I'm more concerned about what cloud diamond means and why apparently some people have penda.
Huh?
It doesn't seem to follow any pattern. I think she's just putting this at random.
Yeah, it looks pretty happy. Kind of wondering if it doesn't like sort of oversteps its purpose.
Mm.
Damn,
So
everyone's a critic.
yes.
Jumps.
It just turns yes.
Her being a cub, she will immediately kind of, sink to kneeling because should have done that for Garm, but she kind of forgot.
No, you
It's
don't have to do that. You can stand.
also it's okay because you were taking advantages of his one eye. You were you were in his blind spot.
Yes. Then Robin will get up and then kind of shrugs as well. Most importantly, it's what is written on it, not what it looks like.
I mean, I think what it looks like is also kind of the point.
Is it though?
I don't know, you tell me.
Mimi will look over at it and she'll shrug. I can read it just fine.
I want Vidwarder to make a lecture.
Well, he gave me a job and all he said was that he wanted a board. So I made him a board.
Well, looks like royalty doesn't necessarily know how to phrase things.
There is a sharp look from Robin going to Garm.
What?
They have that issue more than often.
Oh, yes. I think we kind of know that. So, are both of you going on the water bottle regime?
Robin kind of raises her half empty bottle.
Guess so.
Garmy is raising a beer.
Ooh, now that's innovative.
Well, I mean, except for showers.
I've heard beer is very good for your hair, actually.
Don't tell that to my kinfolk. I'll never hear the end of it.
That would explain why all the Geta Fenris have these like glorious manes of lion hair.
Hmm. That would mean that all the bald Geta Fenris are cursed. Poor them.
I guess.
You know, not everyone's blessed.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna throw a peony at that shit.
I haven't set up a Discord yet. You'll have to do that.
Because I feel this is very relevant to a certain person present in this scene. Are we going in Rarolf Dice Roller?
Yeah, I don't think it's used.
Yes, it's not. Okay, Army boy, show the world your amazing depth perception. Okay, then I guess we're gonna put that in here. Well, I mean, I have no success. I would if I had an eye, but I don't.
Yeah,
Well, my perception is up by 1 depth, so no, he doesn't see shit. Or maybe there's nothing to see, but he doesn't see.
the depth of the soul also has that perception necessary. That sounded wrong. Doesn't matter.
So, how is I guess how is the investigation going?
You know, we're making some progress, which is, always a good thing.
Pretty sure the more traditional Garu will say that's not a good thing.
Well, poo-poo on them.
Here, here.
I found out, like, a handful of stuff. Some of it super relevant, some of it not relevant at all. You got the paper I passed out, right? With the list of chemicals and shit?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not really a chemist. So, it makes as much sense to me as Mandarin.
Fair enough. I figure that shit is probably more like Glasswalker business or maybe Bonar, but I don't know.
I mean, I think Jacob Raya should perhaps use his police influence to perhaps, I don't know, maybe make an inspection on the water department, because clearly that shit comes from the water. So they must have a way to implement it in the water system.
Yeah, that would be pretty dang useful. Plus, if we have a list of what we're looking for, really, they can just get tested and then check stuff off.
I mean, can't we cross-reference things when, I mean, since these are medical companies that are doing it? So if you just find a medical facility close to a water plant, technically that might be a very suitable location for them.
Maybe. I talked to Uktena though, and he said it's not the pills that are the problem. There are a lot of Garu that were taking pills and stuff before this ever happened, and it's just the water that started making things funky. But I don't know how many water treatment plants there even are in the city. There can't be many.
They're probably not inside the city though, right? Although technically, I guess you would have some water filter systems inside the city. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like Ura work.
Hmm.
Still, that's a little bit weird.
Huh?
I mean, all this, like, if they have located it around the sept, then shouldn't the Glasswalker or the other people who are not around this area, like, making it citywide would take some pretty ballsy action.
But it is citywide. The other shifters also have problems shifting.
Yeah, if it were just sept-wide and not citywide, we could easily just not drink sept water. But like they're in our tap waters in our houses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even weirder to me is that like spirits don't detect it. It's not magical and it's not worm tainted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Yago has something to do with it, since they were looking for a cure for shifters when we got captured by them. I don't know how much information they got. Probably not a whole lot from us, but they had other people captive there.
Ooh, that does sound about right. Maybe they found it.
Well, at least the way to slow it down.
But then that means that if they are not actively with the worm, that would mean that they're also targeting the black spiral dancers.
Yeah, but if they knew about this and have been drinking not tap water ever since, then it doesn't affect them.
Yeah, but that's pretty hazardous.
I mean, yeah.
In the long run. I mean, they can't. Okay, I'm gonna speak out loud what I'm thinking. I think we're gonna get attacked soon.
That is highly likely.
If we can't shift, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if the one who are going to attack are black spiral dancers or simply Fomori. At this point, even a normal task team could kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's what I would do.
while we were like poking around, Cammy and I were tossing back and forth this idea that like our shifting powers or whatever, they all come from a blessing from loon spirits. And we thought that like if somebody could convince them to basically double down on the gift they've given us, we might be able to strengthen ourselves to be able to shift for just long enough to solve the whole problem. But I don't know, it's like someone gave you a piece of cake, and then instead of being like, oh, thank you for the cake, you're like, thank you, give me more cake.
Yeah.
Although I guess in this case, it's kind of like someone knocked your cake out of your hands, but I don't know.
Mm.
If we know where to strike, and we could ask for, just even 1 or 2 hours of increasing, then yeah.
Yeah, true. We just have to have a little bit more of a plan in place before we did that.
hmm So we do know it's in the water, so we can definitely check out the different water facilities in New York, see if something is up. Like that's a step we can take, right?
Yeah, for
Also,
sure.
it would be helpful if we knew what it is tied to. Like, are all our enemies tied together? Like, do we have to expect an attack of the hunters soon? That might be an issue because they, as far as I know, don't need to shift to be terrifying. Mm,
Yeah.
Maybe
there's
we
this.
should work on some sort of backup plan for sept defense in case we do get attacked.
Yeah.
I mean, this may be a stupid question of a silly cub, but what would stop us from just stepping into the Umbra? And like there we can ask spirits for help so we would be better defended, and normal humans at least cannot follow us there.
That's true, but if the hunter breaches like sept borders and then just keeps going in, he might just start wrecking shit. All the shrines, and who knows what he can do to like the actual like energy flow.
I mean, shrines can technically be rebuilt. It might be a getaway option that we might. I don't know.
I guess I'd just worry about the actual heart of the cairn, because they can still touch that from the Tellurian.
Okay,
Mm.
like that was something I didn't know. Yeah, that's an issue. Mm. It's kind of like you don't know really where to start. Like, do we have to investigate the medical facilities? Do we go after the power plants? Is there something else? Sorry, the water plants, not the power plants.
Mm.
Also, if we could find, like, I was thinking, if we could get like blood samples from a couple of Garou, perhaps from some of the other shifters, and we could compare them to each other, and we might be able to find out, like, if we know what their investigation is, what exactly it is. Because if it's a chemical thing that they are battling in a chemical way, then technically we could fight it back. If we know exactly what is affected, then we can basically find countermeasures.
Oh, so like make a vaccine?
Yeah.
Mm. I mean, could be workable, but I guess we would need, well, I guess either lab or we do it the spirit way.
Well, when it comes to a lab, I have a few friends that I might be able to ask for help.
Yeah, if we could like get it analyzed and then reverse engineer it. Or I guess if they could. Are they kinfolk?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Well, technically, my brother is, but he doesn't know that.
Oh, gotcha.
And the others are people I know from university.
If we
Although, I
did
mean,
so, we'd probably have to find a volunteer, to test out whatever they make and find out what works and what makes all your hair fall out.
yeah, you could also see if there are kinfolk who are maybe chemists, might be able to work together.
Yeah, totally. We could probably hit up the council. There's this girl I met on it named Ari who is like supplying medicine to Garu and stuff.
Hmm.
Maybe she knows more people who are like in the know and can help us.
Yeah, and we would need some blood samples, I guess, from several, I guess, different kind of Garu, and maybe some other shifters if they're willing.
Might be harder to convince non Garu, but maybe a lupus medicine Hamid might do it.
Hmm. Ultimately, if the other shifters are affected as well, then they would want a cure as badly as we would.
We could always use it as a bargaining chip to get more allies.
Mm. Yeah, I think that would be probably the point where we wouldn't have to, well, kind of give blood to the other shapeshifter because this is on everybody, not just us asking them help.
Yeah, true.
Mm, Asking them for help isn't that big of an issue. I can look into
Guess it
that.
depends on how suspicious they are individually.
I mean, they don't necessarily have to make an open cooperation,
Oh,
but certain individuals will be more open to this.
true. True.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
We turn into a regular jackass.
We turn into what we already are.
Well, I mean, yes.
Wouldn't be too bad. Still got spirit powers.
True.
Besides, like, we're Garu. The weapon isn't the claws and the teeth and the forms. We're the weapon.
Yeah, when it comes to set defenses, I guess we have to think more like humans at the moment and less like, oh, we can just fuck shit up because we're strong. So if they would come with guns, we have to find a way to, make sure that they get jammed. We could hang up nets in trees that we could pull and hamper them. Um,
Yeah, set lots of traps.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, traps are good. I will point out, however, that we're gonna have to be careful about it because, well, we're not the only occupant of the park, and yeah, if someone
True.
put their kid in a bear trap,
Yeah, we'd have to place them deep enough to protect the heart of Cairn, um, away from the public eye.
I think we can do that since we have our little like protected areas.
Mm, exactly. If we guard those areas with traps, and maybe we could organize things of like what do you call that? Those items that distort like radio signals and shit, like haunted glasswalkers do something about that, or maybe an EMP thing.
Ooh, I bet they could. I'll have to ask.
I mean, at least that way we could, make it harder for anyone, like whether they are humans or they are shifters or whatever. It would make it harder for them to get to us.
Hmm. I bet if we combine that with picking up like mundane weapons and stuff, we could probably defend it just fine, even if we can't get big and furry.
Yeah, as long as we can stop bullets. That I think that's the most important thing. Stop bullets and hamper their movements. And then, yeah, then it's basically us versus them.
hmm.
Or maybe see if we can, I don't know, put up like cameras around, like even around Central Park entirely. Like there probably are cameras around Central Park. As long as if we can tap in that and we can see them coming, so that we have the time to get to our places, and you know
Yeah, I'll bet the glasswalkers could even disguise them as like leaves and shit too, so they wouldn't even see.
well, your packmate is a glasswalker, right? Can you, like, I don't know, put her in charge of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think I could. She also made a new glasswalker friend recently, so I think we got two of them we can like tap.
Yeah, there's this new guy. Totally think that might be helpful.
As everything, it's always complicated.
Apparently so. How well informed are the kin? Because honestly, if it's all of us in Hobbit form fighting other people in Hobbit form, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, I've seen York in Garm. They look like they can take on an army by themselves. We can definitely see if we can get the kin to help out as well.
Yeah, totally. I let the council know a little bit about the shifting problem and stuff like that. So they're not like totally in the dark.
Hmm.
I bet a lot of them might be like excited to prove themselves.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, that's really the kind of instance where, well, where we can shine. We just need to find the ones who can help us in this matter.
Plus, we also need to make sure that those who cannot are in other locations. I mean, basically, Central Park at the moment is like a big target that is completely, well, not completely, but it's less well defended as it normally was. So I think those kin who are not capable of defending themselves or are not willing to, they would need to find probably places in the city where they could live, preferably as spread around as possible so that, they won't become a target.
Or at least like up their personal security like crazy.
Yeah,
Mm.
that too. I feel that the kin should know that at this moment we are not as capable of protecting them as we normally are. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
want to have another instance where, another kinfolk gets abducted and becomes the next big bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we write out tasks on that board? Like things people need to do, or what? How does this work?
I think that's the best bet. Like, put up maybe that you're looking for a team to do one thing and then another team to do the other thing, and we can kind of like, divide people based on what they're good at.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, I think that mm, although isn't that kind of the moment where they're gonna say the council should be doing this?
Well, maybe we gotta get some Garu to approach them. I mean, they're probably just gonna get pissed if we try to order them around, but like, if we like, I don't know, like tell them about the threat, treat them as equals, and see if any of them want to volunteer for any of the teams, they'd probably be into it.
Mm. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing that we can really do. Might have to ask probably Jacob Raya, show that, well, they get VIPs to ask them. That was important to boost an ego.
Yeah, I bet he'd do a good job kind of delegating this kind of stuff, because isn't that like his people job?
Mm,
Well, at least he doesn't order people around. I
I
don't think
think
the water would make a good job at it.
I think we don't need Silver Fangs to order people around. We can do that just as well.
Could always find another ranking person.
I mean, I'm not saying that Jacob is a bad choice, but let that be because he's Jacob and not because he's a fucking Silver Fang.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about the silver fangs. I just know it's not one.
What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Good. Raya.
Cobb.
Mimi.
Yeah, we just need a donkey. I see I'm the only one getting the reference. It's okay.
No, you were talking about Shrek. I'm sorry, I'm writing things down.
Hmm.
Could probably hit up that Galliard chick, what's her name, and like have her spread the word. I know they're like really loud and hard to ignore, so she'd probably do a good job at that.
Not all Galliards are loud and hard to ignore.
She'll just kind of shrug. I don't know. Like your thing, isn't it? Communication.
I mean, communication, yes, but that doesn't always mean that it has to be loud.
Yeah, but if I had $1 for every time I heard the Fiona screaming about being Fiona, like I'd be the richest person on Sept.
I mean, it's kind of what they do.
Everybody gotta be good at something.
Yeah.
Well, we have a direction in this, more or less. So I guess we're gonna have to see if we can find anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish there was a spirit of bullshit.
Isn't there?
As far as I know, not really. I don't. I'm not very much sure about the cyber realm.
I thought there was a spirit for everything.
I mean, there is, but I kind of expect the spirit of bullshit to be way too busy on the cyber realm, calling bullshit on everything that he sees as around 4chan spirits.
You could totally like just make her write a summoning happen and summon the bullshit and see what shows up. I bet it would probably be like Coyote or something.
I mean, I wouldn't really care what he looks like. I want a charm. I want a charm that says bullshit, and I can put it out as at the water spirit who say, "Oh no, I don't know what happened." And I say, "I cast bullshit on you."
Philodox can do that.
Well, yeah, except that it's not very useful in our situation.
Hmm.
Uh, I guess for now, I will stay on get a Fenris traditional spirit and say I cast fist.
You know, the most important social skill you can have.
I'm gonna say negotiation, which can be used as a fist. I think I'm going in circles now. Well, I'm gonna investigate on my spirit of bullshit and
Yeah.
see if I can find anything.
Sounds good. I guess we break from here and meet back up later.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just finishing the different tasks on this board, and then gonna see whatever tribe would want to have me.
She kind of looks at her. Oh, are you doing your rite of passage soon?
Um, maybe. I I God, there's no easy way to say this. I failed my rite of passage, so I gotta find another place to belong to.
You can't retry? Why'd you fail?
My blood wasn't pure enough.
Well, damn.
Exactly.
That's Nimi looks around. That's some Nazi bullshit.
Well, there's not a whole lot I can change about it. No, they were also sorry.
If they were really sorry, they'd have made an exception. But,
No,
whatever.
Falcon judged me not worthy. So there was nothing any Garu could do.
Shit. Spirits are weird. But, I mean, there are lots of other tribes that are, like, way cooler than the Silver Fangs, so I'm sure you'll find your place you'll fit in.
Hope so.
You will. You just have to remember on your objectives.
Yeah, then you'll find a tribe that's excited for you to be part of it. And, like, happy to have you and shit.
Don't forget to face it how much it will piss them off. It's always a plus.
Oh, I'll make them sorry.
Yeah, the better you do, the more of a dick you make Falcon look like.
Yeah. Well, the tasks are on the board. Let's hope people will read it.
As an OOC note, I consider it an omen that on the Google Doc you are Anonymous Crow.
No fucking way. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Right. Robin kind of steps back and looks at the board. There we go. Oh wait, you wanted to have anyone write down if they did adaptations. Where was that? Oh, never mind. That was out of character. Wow. Blah, blah, blah.
Damn, looks good. We got a lot of stuff to do.
Yep. Let's get to work then.
Yeah, and Nimi's gonna like stick her hand out like you do when you're about to do a team cheer. Garu Nation on 3.
uh, okay.
No?
Uh,
No one gonna put your hand in?
Robin kind of mimics the movement. It's like, is this a thing?
Garm is gonna put his hand in. This is the moment where I say you have my axe.
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Garu Nation!
Coronation.
Carnation. Yay. Right. Well, see you all later then.
See ya. And Nimi's gonna. She moves as if she's gonna run off to get stuff done, but then she'll walk back and say, this is my post, so I have to stay here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, bye then. And yeah, Robin will start to head off.
Yeah.
Bye.
So will Garm.
Then I think with that we can end the scene.
Peace.
Okay, thank you, players for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.